Brandon, good morning. CBS Sports, but now on television.
The Blazer.
With that CBS Blazer.
Man, you look good in that, Brandon.
Yeah, it's going to have to go to dry cleaning. I sweat through it, man. I sweat through 2 shirts.
Oh, yeah.
And I sweat through the Blazer. It's about 100 degrees on the field Saturday in Springfield. It was, boy.
You'll go through some white shirts, man. You'll go through some white shirts.
You and Bruce Pearl. Hey, Bruce Pearl, like next time you talk to Bruce Pearl, just ask him for tips.
Yeah, just throw it away.
We've seen him sweat right through full suits.
Don't spend a fortune on the white shirt. Just throw it away when it's over.
I mean, you got to be comfortable, though. I mean, you're down there. You just got to try to figure it out.
I understand.
It's hot.
It's
hot.
But
Drink
you did great, man.
Yeah.
You did great, Brandon.
Good job.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. It was a lot of fun.
All right, we got to get your opinion. A guy from Arkansas, started his career here, has gone on to big national things, now lives here again in the backyard of the University of Arkansas, and you saw Hunter's comments at the Touchdown Club about not financially being set up to win a national championship in football right now. What was your reaction to that?
He's telling the truth. I know everybody's upset, but he's telling you the truth. Hunter Yurachek, I've never heard him once just straight up lie about something. The guy's just going to tell you the blunt, bald-faced truth with everything. And I think Arkansas fans, big-time boosters, need to take it as a challenge in a lot of ways of trying to find other ways to support football, to put them in a better position. Hunter, in a lot of ways, I believe, of course, is lining things out of here's what's legal, here's what we can do. But, there are other things you can do to help support the program. My question is, if there were those other ways, we probably would have seen them already. I do find it interesting that everybody criticizes Hunter Yurachek as if he can just dip into the pockets of someone and go, hey, give me all your money. I mean, if it was there, it would be at Arkansas right now at this very moment. And so I've been hearing a lot of comments about there being a third lane, and there certainly is. You're seeing some programs utilize that. For example, Texas Tech this offseason leading into the House settlement. And there are ways to do that. And he lined that out pretty clearly to me the other day during his comments. And, Arkansas will enter that third lane of some sort once it becomes clear that they're able to and can do so within the new structures of the College Sports Commission. But I'll say this, what Hunter said is, again, completely truthful, but it's also not a dour picture for Arkansas. Anybody that was sitting there in their right mind thinking, yes, the Razorbacks, the way they're set up today, can compete for a national championship, you're out of your mind. You are. When was Arkansas been in a position to win a national championship in the last decade anyway, even before NIL? I know people out there want to sit there and go, lie to me and tell me that we can win a national championship. What kind of leadership would that be? Why are we saying Hunter Yurachek now needs to lie to you? That's ridiculous. I think in a lot of ways, he's lining things out to you, but he's also probably challenging the fan base and the boosters out there of, hey, when the time comes and maybe we use this third lane, we utilize it. And to be quite honest, people are almost equating this to, the days of Chad Morris, where it was left lane, hammer down. It's not that lane. We're talking about a different lane here where Arkansas can get into and maneuver.
Lie to me needs to be a new segment. Yeah. Lie to me.
This third lane sounds pretty interesting. What's going on out there in that third lane? I mean, when people use that term, what are they talking about?
Well, they're talking about NIL, and from the perspective of, illegitimate NIL. And let's face it, most of NIL for the last 3 to 4 years has been illegitimate because it's a pay-for-play situation. You're not seeing – how many players have we seen out there doing regional or national commercials?
Well, you're being overpaid for what
Exactly.
I mean, just grossly overpaid.
Frankly, we don't even really see any commercials at all.
Yeah, I mean,
like a post on Instagram, maybe.
Being paid to go to a school, and
Yeah, I mean, and the equivalent of doing an Instagram post or anything like that for what they're being paid is grossly overpaid, as Chuck just mentioned. So there hasn't been a true like return on investment type of payment system with NIL in quite some time for most players. And what you're seeing now at the College Sports Commission and their monthly reports they started releasing last month is that a lot of these deals are getting hung up in the system now. Now that there's legitimate policing of these things. And I think that the days of there being that quote-unquote third lane are probably a little bit more congested, so to speak. It's not just, you can't just pass everybody by because they are holding up some of these deals. And some of them have been declined, these big dollar deals that don't have legitimate business attached to them. So I think in a lot of ways, the CSC is already starting to level the playing field. And maybe Hunter Yurachek, the one fault I would give him is that he maybe could have lined that out a little bit more clearly in his comments because he made it sound like that there's no real rules or anything in place right now. But we're already seeing the early effects of this. This last month and a half, there have been a lot of deals, guys, that have been turned down or are held up in the system because these investigators are going, this doesn't seem like it's above board. And that's going to continue, and I think that's going to help level things out quite a bit.
How does the NCAA handle just the sheer volume of the number of NIL deals? Yeah, they're flagging some now, and I'm with you. I think that's good.
They can't keep up.
But they're going to be overwhelmed. It would just seem to me like just the sheer volume of cases would overwhelm them.
And just to interject, like, Brandon, people were cheating before we had this. I mean, there's just no way that people aren't out doing whatever now. And I don't know that the NCAA can keep up with enforcing it, just like they can't keep up with the deals.
Yeah. Well, first off, let's be clear. The NCAA doesn't handle this anymore. It's the new College Sports
Fair
Commission.
enough. Yeah. Fair enough. You're right.
You're
right.
You're also exactly right that the staff's not very big. In fact, just a month ago, they only had like 4 full-time staff members. And the leader.
But they've had some long
Better
days.
Call Saul.
Wow.
What?
The leader of it, who's a very, very smart guy and has been involved with Major League Baseball, he was even having to be involved in helping look at these deals. The boss is having to go out there and dig in the trenches. But they're hiring more people. The staff is going to get larger. The good news here to me is that the NCAA is not involved. Number one, so that's good. 2, it's still a small staff, so they're having to look at hundreds of deals, and it takes a while for some of them. Now, having said that, a lot of deals have gone through this system and been approved within minutes. They've got a pretty good system in place. They just need more manpower, and they're going to get there. They're going to spend the money on it. But also remember, the power conferences are in charge of this, right? They're the ones overseeing the CSC. So we'll see how they might, tweak things in the future and all that. But I think this new CSC is set up to be much more successful as a policing agency than the NCAA ever was.
Brandon Marcello, CBS Sports, covering college football with us here on the Chuck and Bo Show. It's 8:12. Brandon, I don't know if you got to watch the entire Arkansas game. You were working at other games over the weekend. But if you did take in at least some of it, do you have a perspective on, what you expect to see from Arkansas the rest of the way this year? I mean, they certainly seem like a better team than last year. They've obviously got some things to address on defense, but it also feels like maybe they can score with about anybody.
Yeah, I agree with that, all those points. The one issue, though, is because of the defense, it's like, any person. If you're walking around and you break your right leg and you put all that weight on your left leg, I mean, it's just not going to look right. And there's a lot of pressure now on the offense to carry this team, and at some point they're going to trip and fall. And you put enough stress on that, it's going to fail. And it failed at OU with that one fumble. and it's unfortunate and everything. But at some point, if you're counting on one unit to carry you, you're going to have a mistake or you're going to have a letdown. That happens in every facet of sport. It's very difficult to just go out there and go, hey, we're going to outscore this opponent every week. Defense be damned. They've got to improve defensively, and I think, as I've said on the show in the past, there were some concerns defensively, especially the depth at linebacker along the defensive line. But that ends up affecting everything on that defense. So they've got to improve. I'm not certain, though, how much better this defense can get, just because you've got the hand you were dealt. You have the players you have. You can't go in free agency and go get different guys. But I think this game is a perfect example of what they might face when they go against very, very, very good to great teams in the SEC. Taylon Green, goodness gracious, to put up the yardage he did, 300-plus yards passing, 100 yards rushing, and still lose, that's got to be, it's got to hit you hard mentally as a player, but also it's got to give you some confidence of, if the defense could just play a little bit better, we could win some big games here down the stretch. So Arkansas is going to be very fascinating to watch down the rest of the year here.
You said something that reminded me that UCLA and Virginia Tech just fired their coaches. And with that comes a 30-day transfer portal window for those players to get in. Can they go to a school right now and play?
They cannot. They cannot play. They could leave and enroll somewhere, which is actually interesting because UCLA hasn't even started classes yet. So, but they can't play this season. So, any hopes out there of Madnia Maliava coming back to Arkansas and playing this season?
I was thinking maybe defensive guys.
Maybe I was thinking both of them. Who knows?
Can we get the family back?
Yeah. Hey, Brandon, when you wear a blazer, you get assignments now. And I noticed one of your assignments this weekend is Oklahoma and Auburn. Both those teams, are they a little better than maybe some thought they might be? What do you think?
Oklahoma's really great. I saw them in person a couple of weeks ago. John Mateer is electric at quarterback. He could do it with his feet, he could do it with his arm. The one weakness I see with him is that he loves to throw a flat ball, and by that I mean there's really not a lot of that rainbow art to it when he's going downfield. And that led to 3 tipped passes in that game against Michigan, 1 interception. He's going to get himself in trouble with some of those deep throws this year, so just keep an eye on that. But otherwise, that guy's electric. He's got the second best odds to win the Heisman Trophy now in Las Vegas, and I think it's legit. Their defense is really darn good. You figured that would be the case under Brent Venables. But offensively, they're just night and day from what they were last year. Auburn, I'm still kind of waiting to see, right? They beat Baylor in their season opener, but they can't really throw the ball effectively. And that surprises me because they had arguably a top 5 receiving core in the country coming into this year with Cam Coleman and Eric Singleton coming over from Georgia Tech. But Jackson Arnold's just not been a great passer throughout his career so far at Oklahoma and now at Auburn. But they've got the weapons, and they've got the offensive line, and they certainly can run the ball effectively. This will be a fun game to watch and to cover, but I really think OU is going to end up winning that one.
I know you heard Dabo's comments yesterday. We'll get you out of here with this. My man feels like he's losing it.
He's been like that. Listen, he's done this the last 3 years, I think.
It's been coming, yeah.
And I've been there for 2 of them, actually, in person. So I'm sad I missed this one. Listen, he probably realizes that they're probably just not going to be the Clemson of what they were, right? But winning 10 games and maybe winning an ACC title every 3 years, shouldn't that be good enough? And I think that's kind of what he's saying to everybody, right? But he doesn't want to say, hey, we're probably not going to win a national championship again. If he did that, he'd be Hunter Yurachek, right? Everybody be mad at him. But that's the truth for Clemson, guys. They might win an ACC title still. I doubt it this year because I really like Miami and Florida State. But winning an ACC championship game every couple of years should be good enough for Clemson fans. I just think Dabo just needs to probably tamp it down a little bit and not have these explosions. He has one every year, and it's gonna get old on the fans and the boosters there, and it'll wear thin with them. He just needs to chill out with that stuff and just go out there and win ball games, which he will. They got a very good team still, and they'll be in the ACC championship mix. But having said that, I really think Miami is the class of the ACC, and Florida State, we'll see the next couple of weeks, but I think Florida State might be better than Clemson as well.
Yeah, I saw you had Gus on your podcast. Was that you and your wife, that podcast you're doing? That you had?
That was Alyssa actually on there, and my wife was in the background talking to Gus at one point during it, talking about, what was it? What was she mentioning? We were joking around about something, and it got Gus laughing. But
he was asking you if you were going to root for him, and you said,
yeah.
And you said, no, I mean, I'm objective. I can't do that. And maybe if you guys beat Alabama, and then they did. So I think you're going to have to cover the Noles like the rest of the way.
Well, I'll be down there October 4th for Miami and Florida State and Tallahassee. And listen, you know Gus very well. I'm friends with him. I love Gus. I even told him on the podcast. We didn't put it out there, but I told Gus, I go, man, I love you. He's always treated me well. We're connected forever for the coverage I had of him, but also we've had some great personal conversations over the years, and he means a lot to me.
Yeah,
he's a good person.
Yeah.
He's a good person.
There you go. Brandon Marcello, bringing it all back here, home to Springdale, just from the glory days. Hey, thanks so much, man. We love doing it. Proud of your success for you, and keep it going. We'll do it again soon.
All right. See you guys.
Thank you, Brandon.
Thank you.
Right.
Appreciate it. There's another Arkansas guy doing big things.
Happy for Brandon.
Yeah, and he's doing a great job.
He really is.